Alright, MiddleAgedWhiteGuy Reacts back again today with another video for you, and in today's video, we have The Walking Dead. Now, this is episode 3 of season 11. Now, last episode, we ended on a pretty big cliffhanger there. Our group was just getting attacked on the road, and they had the bodies hanging all alongside of it. And as soon as they decided to turn around, people started getting hit with arrows, all hell breaks loose, and episode ends with a large, scary-looking group walking at our people. Episode 2 is pretty good. Pretty solid episode. A lot of good character development. Got a lot of good development from Maggie. We have a lot of good tension built up between Maggie and Negan now. So it was overall a very good episode. It would have been a extremely good episode if they would have handled the walkers a little better in the train car, okay? So that whole kind of how they set that up just didn't do it for me. Like I've said, at this point, our survivors have so many tactics that they use against walkers that they're not even really a threat anymore. So to have them like act like they're actually in danger, I just didn't buy it. Now, Maggie, though, at first I was upset that she wasn't letting the guy in because, you know, they didn't have the ammo to clear the walkers or whatever. But then, like, I realized that she was punishing the guy, okay? Like, this was punishment for him. So it might have been harsh, but that's what it was. She wasn't going to open that door until he was dead, regardless. Yeah, we've seen a lot of change from Maggie. She is, I believe, broken at this point. Her story about the people that she found alive, without arms and legs, with their vocal cords ripped out and impregnated, was like one of the worst things I've ever heard in my life. Like, if you envision that, like, that existence, like, put yourself in that person's shoes. You're blind, you have no arms and legs, you're laying on a floor, you don't have a tongue, you don't have vocal cords, and somebody just comes along and picks you up and, you know, does what they have to do with you. It's... and then shoves food down your throat, you know, to keep you alive. It messed up. It's really, really messed up. So that part was shocking, okay? So yeah, so she's been through some things, and it seems like her character is essentially broken, which will be interesting going forward with how she interacts with our group and with other groups. Like I said, a lot of good tension between her and Negan. I'm liking how they're building that storyline. I like that they didn't have Negan help her up onto the train car in episode 1, and then in episode 2, how she works her way back to the group without his help and intervention, which really set up a very tense moment between them. That was nice. We have our group, Eugene, Yumiko, Princess, and Ezekiel at the Commonwealth, and they were going through that whole rigmarole processing or getting kicked out for reprocessing, you know, and I thought that was handled very well. I thought our characters handled the situation very well. You know, there was every reason for Eugene to give up all the information that they wanted, and at the end, he didn't, okay, which... that's our boy, right? That's our boy. That's what we expect. I think how they're introducing Commonwealth is very good, because you're not sure exactly what we're dealing with at this point. So you kind of are getting like really creepy vibes from them, and we're just not sure where this is going. And like I said, I know kind of where the comic book had it go. I think they're going down a similar line. Okay, I think they're doing a similar thing as the comic book, but who knows? They can always throw wrenches in there and have it coming out of left field. Yumiko is doing Michonne's arc from the comic, which I think she's doing very well. I think she pulls it off. She definitely pulls it off. I'm buying it from that character. So I like where the Commonwealth has been going the whole time. I thought, you know, those scenes were like the best from the first episode. A lot of good character development there. So with that said, those are the parts I think they've done good and not so good. The first episode, I did not really care for a whole lot, and the second one was very good, okay? Let's see what they have for episode 3. Let's go. Okay, picking up right where we left off. Oh. Damn. Oh. Oh. guys. Oh. Oh, big man, no. Oh, no. Ooh. Okay, that's how you start a fucking episode. That's how you start an episode there. That was nice. That was nice. So let's see. We have Gabriel wounded in the neck. Not good for him. All right. I don't think he's dead. I don't think he's dead. I think it's a little superficial cut. But who knows? He's injured. Negan got injured. Sasquatch looks like he's dead and gone. Knock off Jesus got his throat cut. He's gone. All right. I don't know if he had a name, but he was a little chirpy in one of the episodes, in the last episode, I believe. So, and Elijah just got like lassoed and pulled away. I mean, he was gone from Maggie quick, so I don't know what that was. Definitely like some sort of rope and pulley system. Who knows? We'll find out, I'm sure. So our group is getting messed up right now. Dog and Daryl are after somebody, or they're trying to escape into the woods. I didn't quite catch what they were doing. So we have problems. We have problems. This is the way you start an episode. I guarantee when they come back, they're going to be in a different place. They're not going to be on that. And that'll be perfect. If they do that, make you kind of wait to see how that's resolved. Let's go back to the Commonwealth now after the intro. Let's do it. All right, looks like we are back in Alexandria. I knew they wouldn't be going back to that scene, all right? Too much tension build up. They're going to have to let that marinate a little bit. I like that, okay? Some people get frustrated when they do that. I enjoy that kind of storytelling. Keeps me kind of worried about them and kind of anticipating them.
Hey, going somewhere?
We need to get our horses back.
You see the use well when you came in?
We did.
You were gone all morning. We started without you.
I'm sorry you're in the can today.
Because you're tracking horses that you have almost no hope of catching.
We're almost out of MREs. And the fields are a joke.
And the walls are about to fail.
And we're all gonna starve to death.
All right, so they have already blown through the MREs that they spent the first episode getting, and they're still in this food crisis there. Alexandria's in some rough shape. Walls are down. Horses are gone, and there's no food. So they are definitely struggling. Like I said, they're hanging on by a thread right now. And they've been in this position before, but this seems, you know, like they've had to deal with like one or two of these issues. You know, they haven't had to deal with all these issues at the same time. Half of your people are out, okay, trying to get help. Another portion of your people are out in a different area trying to get help. So you are spread out, you are spread thin. You have other fallen communities members coming to you, putting strain on your resources. And they're blowing through food. So this is not looking like a good spot for Alexandria, for sure. This is not a good spot to be in. Okay, we're back with Maggie. She has gotten away. Group is spread out, and she's all alone. Okay. Smart. Smart. I like it. Smart. Okay, like, you know, this is a good example of a character doing something smart. And you don't see that very often. Setting up the glass bottles on the door so if anybody comes in, she will hear the glass bottles falling and breaking. I like it. Okay, we'll take that. Oh. There goes the flashlight. Uh-oh. Just yank it out. Just grab it and yank it out, man. You'll be alright. Don't be a puss. Let's go. Yeah, that hurts. Yeah, I was in there deep. Didn't he get it in the neck, though? He should have a neck wound. You know what? That's bullshit. Hold on. We're going back. Yes! See? He does have a neck wound. Okay. That's just fine? That's just fine. Okay. Alright, apparently it was just a scratch. Just a scratch on the neck, you know, just like he cut himself shaving.
Alden.
Nice. Oh! 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 There you go. Oh, shit. Alden, though. He should be alright. The guy threw him behind him. Oh.
Jesus.
Sure thing, boss.
Wait for the others.
And what if the others are dead?
And we keep going.
Listen, I know theatrics. Those people, they just told us exactly how insane they are.
Negan's absolutely right, though. I mean, he does. He knows theatrics. He knows exactly the message that they're sending. He knows exactly why they did it that way. Because this is the shit he used to pull. It's intimidation 101, essentially.
I'm over being stuck in the house. Why? What are you guys doing?
Finding horses. Yee-hoo. I mean, I'm not a rancher, okay? Not a rancher. I'm not a cowboy. I've never caught a wild horse, okay? I guess I have in Red Dead Redemption 2, and I guess that is how they do it in that game. Okay, you have to lasso the horse. But if it's a tamed horse already, like I understand, like sometimes when like a tamed animal gets out and tastes a little bit of that freedom, they're not really quick to come back to it. You know, I was gonna say my girlfriend, my wife, who was my girlfriend at the time, had a dog, and it would get out of her house and take off down the neighborhood all the time. And even though, you know, it was a house-trained dog, once it got loose and free and was off that leash, it didn't want to come back on. All right, it didn't want to get back in the house. It was a pain in the ass to try to catch that thing. But this is a tamed horse. You got pretty damn close to it. Couldn't you just walk up and, you know, and jump on the damn thing? I think you maybe could have walked up to it and thrown the loop around its head and then held on. And then, you know, I don't know, maybe there's a better approach. But like I said, in Red Dead Redemption 2, that's exactly how you catch a horse. So maybe they know what they're doing and, you know, I'm just being an ass. Who knows?
Really? So we're just gonna go toward the screaming?
I fucking love Negan. Oh, I love Negan, man.
Agatha! Maggie, it's Duncan.
Now he got fucked up. There's if he survives this, okay. In my medical professional opinion, okay. If you do not know, I am was an X-ray tech for quite some time. Alden's wounds look more like pretty deep, but still like superficial. Like he's going to be fine. This guy, on the other hand, from what I could see in that intro, got messed up. And if he survives this, and look at all this blood already. If he survives this, it's unbelievable. So he better be dying here. Yeah, yeah. One of them got eaten. Two of them got eaten. Three of them. Damn, four. Oh, these are all the horses, man. Okay, now how you getting them?
The dairy farm's got paddocks. We can pen them in. Come on, let's go.
Okay. Alright, I'll buy it.
They're not running.
Exactly, they're
I
tamed
think they wanna
horses.
come home.
Just get on them.
Oh, you for that one with me.
You tried to kill my friends.
Yes. And they tried to kill me.
Well, you started it, man.
Pray for me.
No, fuck you.
Even your... I thought you were a man of God.
God isn't here anymore.
Oh. Oh, that was cold, Gabriel. That was cold.
Things change. People change.
No.
Huh.
Maybe you've got them fooled, but not me.
Oh, come on, Maggie. You have
Stop
no...
pretend.
Come on, Maggie. You have no idea what he has done. How he has helped. How he has changed. You have no clue. And to just go away and come back and be like, no, I know what's going on. Like... I don't like it. I don't like it. I mean, I like it, you know, storytelling wise, that's fine. It's good. I just don't like it from something she's doing. I don't like it. Okay. Storytelling wise, I think it's good. I think it's fine. But it's like irritating that she's acting this way, which is good. You know, if you're irritated with a character, okay, it's good acting.
You're one of us, Negan. Maybe
You're not one of you.
But you're probably as good at lunch yourself as you are to everybody else.
No. What are you gonna do, Maggie? What are you gonna do? She's gone, man.
All right, I'm out.
Really? You can make horses lay down like that? In your lap, like a lap horse? What is going on? Oh! What is this? Why? To feed everybody? Yeah. Uh. It's a lot of meat, man. It's a lot of meat. That goes to show how desperate they are for food. Horse, especially in America, is like a very highly regarded animal. It is not an animal that we eat. It is a companion animal, like a dog. Okay, so we do not eat horse or dog here, typically. I'm not saying that you can't, All right, there's nothing wrong if you do, but we just see those animals as more of a kin to man than others, okay? Cows, we basically put them here just for us to eat. Where horses, they do work for us, they transport us, and they're, such an intelligent species, like a dog. These higher sentient beings are not ones we typically eat. So that just goes to show the level of desperation of this community that, she'll take out a horse because, you'd have to figure at least several hundred, close to probably 1,000 pounds of meat. And that could feed people for a long time, make jerky out of that. It goes a long way. So, awful. Hard to watch that scene, though. Eat it.
Go on. No, thank you.
You have to, man. You gotta eat it.
Just take really small bites.
Wonder what it does taste like.
You ever been on the road? No, chew it fast. It's not that bad. Not like the spiders.
Ready?
They're going out looking for Connie. That's what's going on. Carol and Kelly are going out looking for Connie. Kelly's now blowing off Magna and not doing like stuff that she said she would do with her. She's getting pissed off. That's why she's telling Carol to stop giving her false hope so that she won't go out with Carol and start hanging out with her again. So I think she has kind of selfish reasonings for that. Okay, we got you. We got you. And she can honestly believe it's for the best as well. But I think it comes from a place of jealousy.
Think I'm gonna make it out of that town alive like this? You left Gage, leave me.
Gage made his choice.
I'm making mine.
Maggie, you have to make a decision.
It's easy for you, isn't it? Being reckless with somebody else's life.
See, she has no understanding of Negan. Even when he was leading the Saviors, he was not reckless with other people's lives. And it hurt him when his people died. He did things to keep order that were bad, that were awful. And he was a little overboard, he got a little carried away and, did some things. All right. But she has no understanding of this guy. She does not, she just remembers Negan beating Glennon with a baseball bat. And you know what? You guys brought it on yourself. This group wasn't even on your radar. You weren't even on their radar. And you killed dozens of his people. And he caught you on the road and to send a message, only killed 2 of you. I mean, it was reasonable. It was reasonable. It just, one of them happened to be your husband. But it's just, it's funny. And she's been gone, so she doesn't know. She doesn't know what he's done, how all this has went down. And everything he did was to try to keep the people who were not part of his army, so to speak, safe and fed. And he had a messed up system. Not necessarily a messed up system. I mean, he had a system. And was it a little oppressive? Yeah, but I mean, trial and error, right? So, all right, let's keep going, though.
It's your fault that we're here.
No, it's not. It is absolutely not.
It's your fault.
No, it's not.
Because you destroyed everything that we built.
No. You already rebuilt from that, though. He destroyed what you built, but you rebuilt after that, and the Whispers destroyed everything. Ransacked the shit out of you guys. Maggie, you're too hung up on it. I don't like Maggie right now. And it's good. It's good for the story. And, it's good acting on her part because she's irritating the piss out of me. And this is a character that I really liked. But it's good. It's in character. It's, it's showing how jaded she actually is. I'm liking it. I'm liking it. But she is pissing me off. Blast from the past right there, huh? I like that shot. I really like that shot right there. Nice. Okay. Alright, so, I mean, kind of a slow burn episode. They move the plot along, though, and they're setting up other storylines now. They introduced this group, who, the way that guy was talking with Gabriel kind of remind me of, oh God, I can't remember what they called themselves or if they even had a name, but that group that found the photos that Aaron left and then followed them back to Alexandria and attacked, and Carol, killed them all, kind of reminds me of that group, the level of, delusion and insanity we're dealing with. So it's a nice introduction to them. Okay, a lot of action up front in the episode, dealing with the attack from them. And then, you went off into the slow burn of them kind of trying to come back together. And we get a group of them back together, Alden, Negan, and Agatha for a bit, and Duncan for a second, and Maggie, and whatever. So, we get them to come back together. And then you have the side plots in Alexandria where, there's not anything of danger going on, but it's just showing the rebuild and the situation they're in and how dire it is, to where they need horses for manual labor and for working, but they also are in a position where they feel they need to kill one to eat. So Alexandria is in a bad spot. So like I said, a little slower burn episode, kind of just setting up other storylines, but none of it felt like filler, which is good. Maybe you could say some of the Alexandria stuff was, but I don't. I think that really went to show the situation they were in, and that develops the plot for future episodes and shows the importance of why Maggie and Negan are out on this mission in the first place. And I like that they have basically made it so Negan and Maggie are going to have to put differences aside and work together because they're the only two left in this group now. And the success or failure, presumably, is all, hinges on them. So they're going to have to go and get these supplies and then, whatever, come back and do all the stuff together. So that's going to be interesting because we've already had very rough introduction of these two characters together again. And Maggie obviously cannot let go of the past. Cannot for the life of her let go. It is setting up very, very interesting dynamics, and they've been hitting that in every episode so far. And I'm liking it. I really like that storyline. I like that they're making Maggie a broken character who's very flawed this season. Very flawed. And, her hypocrisy and her contradictions are just kind of go to show, where she is in maybe a moral state and a mental state as well. Where she could justify leaving a guy outside of a door that they easily could have opened to get eaten by walkers alive, yet wants to kill Negan for not reaching his hand out, putting himself on the line after she just told him she was going to kill him. So it's funny to see, kind of how dark she is and how messed up, honestly. And how she just has not ever been able to let go of this. This is something, Glenn's death is something that has obviously eaten at her for quite some time now. So yeah, there's a lot of interesting character development in this episode. I thought overall it was pretty solid. pretty solid. I would say another 7.5 episode. Solid 7.4. Okay, 7.3, 7.4. We're going to get a little bit more specific in the grading now because we're going to be getting into more episodes and we can't just give everything round or half numbers. So, like a 7.3 or a 7.4, I didn't like it as much as episode 2, but fundamentally there was nothing wrong with the episode. I thought all the scenarios were believable. Yeah, all the characters didn't do anything stupid, out of character that they normally wouldn't do just to put themselves in peril. So, yeah, fundamentally everything was sound about the episode. The rules were followed, and I thought it was pretty good. It was well paced as well, was the other thing. For being a slower burn episode and kind of like a plot development, character development episode, they did sneak enough action in there throughout to keep you kind of entertained, okay? So it wasn't just all monologue that you were listening to. You had some action parts to kind of reset your brain and get ready for the next section of monologues. So yeah, very well paced, very solid episode. 7.3, 7.4-ish. And you might think that's a low grade, but that's not. It's not a low grade, all right? Anything I would say over a 7.0 is solid, okay? When you're in the 6s, that's below average. I want to say like break even, like an average episode, we're going to go as like a 7, right? So, like a 7.3, 7.4 is an above average episode. Good episode. I enjoyed it. Yeah, I thought it did everything well. Didn't blow me away. All right, didn't blow me away. There wasn't a lot of wow moments or like wow character development moments, but not every episode could be like that. These episodes are necessary throughout the seasons in order to set up the next story arcs or to support a current story arc. So I like what they did here. Thought it was a good episode. But that'll do it. That'll be the reaction. Middle-aged white guy is out. Peace.